Hello everyone, it's John from MakerPlane here, and this video is a show and tell of the hangar that I purchased last year and the renovations that we did on it. It's an H-Hangar, it's rectangular, it's about 30 by 40, and on the inside it's got a mezzanine floor. So I did this SketchUp plan so that you can see what it's going to look like when we go through this video. There's a storage room on the bottom right there that you can see, and then on the top structure are two rooms. The one on the right, the larger one, I've actually turned into my office, and the one on the left I've turned into my avionics workshop. So it's the only one of its type at the airport, and I'm very happy to have procured it for sure. It's great for MakerPlane operations. So in January of last year, in the middle of winter of course, so it's freezing, this is what it looked like. I didn't have the plane at that time, and I was negotiating the purchase. I was renting the hangar space, and I was negotiating the purchase of the hangar. The owner decided to move overseas, so he basically asked me if I wanted to purchase it, and I said yes. So upstairs he had a band room, and the perfect man space for that at the airport. It's green because it was an Irish folk band that he had, so they recorded a couple of CDs here, and apparently they were very good. The space is a man cave, so it's a little bit haphazard. There's about 40 different types of carpet on the floor, just directly stapled to the plywood underneath. And this space here, he actually had it set up as a small bedroom with a futon and a fridge and a microwave. It's actually quite good. I mean, cozy, and if you're doing a long cross country the next morning and want to get up early, it's the perfect space to stay overnight. Here's the storage room. Well, I use it as a storage room. Back then when he had it as a workshop. He had a Mooney in the hangar. So it's actually a very large room for a workshop. And then underneath the stairwell, there's a little storage space there with a door from the hangar into that space. So in March, I finally actually procured the space, and we started demolition work. Again, getting rid of all of the carpet from the floor and all of the wooden shelves and curtains and nails protruding from the wall where he had his cable management for his band. A lot of work to do. We decided to leave the OSB uncovered. We're just going to paint it, and I mean, it looks fine painted. It's actually quite rustic, but it is what it is. I managed to rope my son Jack and my wife Colette to help me remove the carpet, and there's probably about 3,000 staples per square foot. Upon reflection, we probably should have worn masks given the state of the carpet. However, my wife and son seem to be still alive, which is a bonus, so happy about that. You'll see that there's some spray foam in the gaps in the walls as well, so all of that had to be trimmed back. I mean, it didn't really matter with the space they were using, but I wanted to paint. You'll see the 2x4s there as the struts. Now, the previous owner said that I could remove them, but I decided to leave them in just to give it a little bit more integrity, I guess. I moved the carpet around it. You'll see the carpet when it's installed goes around those struts as well. But the furniture is in between the struts, so it doesn't really make a difference. You can't even tell they're there, really. And here we go. We've got the preparing for paint. You'll also see the electrical is a little bit rough. There were boxes just screwed into the wall with wires going into the floor. The panel is in the room underneath this one. So it needed to be tidied up. There's a light with the wire just dangling down into the floor as well, going around the window trim. So we've got an electrician in to tidy all of that, put all of the boxes in the wall, put the light fixtures in the wall. We started to paint. Now, the OSB really sucked up the paint. 3 undercoats and 2 top coats. So 5 coats of paint altogether to get rid of the green and the black stripes on the plain OSB. Now, we're getting ready for the carpet install, and I had that professionally done. I wasn't going to do it myself. And unfortunately, I didn't get any photos of the carpet being installed. There was just not enough room for me and the carpet installers, and they had stuff everywhere. So I decided not to take photos. And we'll see that installed in the next photo complete. And there it is. Now, the great thing is we had an underlay put in as well, and that's a rubber baseboard going around the walls. It looks really good, and it's completely different with the underlay on. It's nice and soft and bouncy, nice and warm as well in the winter, or relatively warm. and completely different to the rough carpet pieces that were just stapled to the floor without an underlay. So it looks fantastic, and of course with the white walls and the bright lights, it looks really bright. I did put more lights into that little workshop area there as well because it wasn't quite doing it. And I roped in my family again to help me with the IKEA furniture install, and we're not very happy because it took us a long time. Don't worry, Pizza and Bear sorted that out, and I owe them big time. So there's some of the furniture coming together there. That's where the microwave and the fridge are going to be. I got an IKEA bed. This was from home actually, but it folds out into a double bed, and this is going to be great for getting ready for the long cross countries to Oshkosh. We have a couple of IKEA tabletops there that I got a nail gun and a cleat underneath, and I connected them together in an L shape, so that'll give me lots of workbench space for the avionics. And just starting to populate it there with my mess there, but it does get tidied up later on. And that's half the crap that came out from upstairs, with all the shelving, the carpets, the boxes for the IKEA furniture and all of that. And it's starting to come together now. The space works out really well, and the lighting is great now, nice and bright. We have Wi-Fi to the hangar as well. It's not very good Wi-Fi, but it's Wi-Fi, and so I've got my laptop and the printer set up. And this is after we'd actually finished it, so I got some stuff on the shelf there. The microwave is small, but it's functional. My little Nespresso coffee machine, I couldn't work without it. My Bear fridge, which has bear in it, as well as milk. And then the little corridor with the Billy bookshelves. Now, on the left-hand side of the wall is a story about that. We went down to the Suits TV show auction at the end of the series, and I purchased these props from the show. So this is Daniel Hardman and Robert Zane's characters' degree certificates, and they got signed by the actors as well, so it's very cool. So those are actual props from the Suits show. So that's my Suits wall. Love that show. So the Billy bookcases there with all of my aircraft related books, as well as some 3D prints that I did. And then moving through into the workshop, you see I added lights in there. There's an LED light at the top there, which gives some fantastic reflective light back into the space. And then another LED light underneath the component drawers there. So this is where I build all of the avionics that you see on the store, the MakerPlane store. I do them all by hand. I do them there at that workbench. And I also test out the EFIS and the EMS systems on that workbench as well. So it's a very cozy space. It's the best workshop setup I've had for a long time. Thinking about putting a TV up on the wall. Let me know what you think. Need the fan there as well in the summer. It gets up to 35-40 degrees Celsius in Ottawa in the summer, so it's quite hot. Although I do have a little portable air conditioning unit in the office now next door. Looking down at the tailwind, and I'll put some videos up on that as well. I've got one up there on YouTube already. And the next videos as well, I might talk about the workshop space down there that you can see just in the corner there. So here's some before and after shots. I've got some New Zealand World War II posters, recruiting posters up on the wall. I'm going to put a window in that wall as well. It is an end hangar, and I've got permission to put a window in, so that'll brighten up the space awesomely. And it worked out really well. I'm very happy with it, and a lot of thanks to my wife and son for helping me out. I would not have done this without them, that's for sure. So anyway, guys, thanks very much. This has been a short video on the renovation that we did at the hangar. If you like what you've seen, let me know in the comments, and I'll put some more up. And if you like this, like and subscribe. Thank you.